The SpongeBob action figure saga continues with these long-awaited Super 7 Squidward and Patrick action figures. They're finally here, but are they worth the $60 price point? And of course, we'll be doing some toy photography with them, as always. Well, they're finally here. It's been like 7 months since I did the initial review of the SpongeBob Super 7 and Sandy, but I was complaining about how I had to wait for these guys because you need Squidward and Patrick, and obviously, and they're finally here. And man, they look good, so I'm really excited to check these out. After reviewing the SpongeBob one, a lot of people were thinking that this was not worth the $60. I thought it was, and so I'm pretty confident that I'll feel the same way about these ones. Even though I did feel like the Nendoroid was better, I still really like these, and I think they're probably still gonna be worth the 60 bucks, and I'm still gonna be totally happy that I spent the money on them. I still will be very curious to hear what you think about these, so let me know. Am I totally wrong in thinking these are worth the 60 bucks? Please let me know in the comments for sure. And of course, I pre-ordered these from the wonderful entertainmentearth.com, and I'm pretty sure they're still very much in stock on the store now. If you are looking to get these guys for yourself, you can get like the whole collection now at this point. Head to the link in the description I have there. I do have a discount as well that you can use. I mean, come on, just head to Entertainment Earth, get yourself these two amazing characters in hand, you know? One thing I think Super 7 wins easily with is their packaging. I think their packaging is great, just like their you know, whatever hexagonal, whatever the trapezoid shaped boxes these are with the covers and everything, I think are really cool. Just there's a lot of care with the designs, and like, it looks really good. It looks really good. And just when I pull those things off, I like get excited. I'm like, whoa. It's almost like an epic reveal when I pull those things off. Okay, which one should I open first?
Here you go.
Whoa, geez, all right.
Don't leave me here!
So with these figures, it's kind of weird. Like, there's so many different things they could take inspiration from for accessories. There's tons of different things they could do. And I'm curious as to how they make that decision, because some of these are like great accessories. Some of these are like, why did they choose this? So I'm just really curious as to how that decision process is made, because there's just, wow, there's so many things they can make accessories for. Okay, well, here's Patrick, and he is a chunky boy. He's really big and he feels great, and I love him. I love him. He's got these really great flat legs, so he can stand up quite nicely. And he's got some softer plastic on his shorts, so he can move around, move his head a tiny little bit. And he's got three different joints in his arm, so he can move them up and around and back, elbows, and even his little nubby hands you can move around too. I was afraid of how weird his arms would look with the joints, but I don't think it looks weird at all. Look at these two together. Come on, it's like, how could you get one but not the other? Like, they look so good together. Comparison is perfect, of course. He's even got some nice little details and holes around his body and stuff, which I'm totally a fan of. I think he looks really good. Let's check out and see what he's got. Coming up first, we've got the "who you calling Pinhead" face, which definitely an interesting choice. Like I said before, like, the choices of accessories are always very interesting. I would have honestly much rather just preferred another maybe normalish looking face for Patrick, maybe just like a smiling or like an open mouth, more exaggerated face, kind of like the one that's on the box right here. Like, that would have been really cool. We got this one instead, which is funny, but very specific. I'll probably, honestly, never use this, just to be honest. Next, we have a Krusty Krab hat with the bent front brim and everything from the one episode where, "No, this is Patrick."
Is this the Krusty Krab?
No, this is Patrick.
It's cool, and it fits on his head quite nicely. It's just weird to me that, like, Patrick gets a Krusty Krab hat, but SpongeBob doesn't. Like, that just is so backwards and so weird to me. But that's what they decided. So yeah, there's that. And here's also the phone, I believe, to probably go exactly with that episode. Kind of cool. I mean, this is overall just kind of a cool accessory for a lot of different situations. So I think that's cool. Then we've got a jellyfish and a net, just like SpongeBob. I don't know. I still feel like there would have been some type of better accessory than this. I feel like this is better for SpongeBob. I don't know. But still pretty cool. Then there's this one that I'm totally drawing a blank. Like, I have no idea what this rock with number 8 on it is from. I don't remember this at all. So I'm totally ready for somebody in the comments to tell me what the heck it is. So please do, because I don't remember. And a few hands here, like a hand to hold some stuff, a pointing hand, which I do like that actually very much. This is maybe like a thumbs up. So there's Patrick for you. I think the figure is great. I think it looks good. Switching out the hands and accessories is really easy to do. I don't know. The choice of accessories I think is very weird. I'm not a fan of the choices. I think they could have done way better. Like maybe the W for Wumbo. I mean, I guess he doesn't wear that, but that's what comes to mind. I would love if they did the water helmets, tank things that they wear at Sandy's house. Like that would have been a really cool accessory for them. Like there's a lot. His secret box would have been cool. Let me know some other accessories that would have been way better for Patrick. I would love to know, because I don't know. I think these choices are like not good. Like, come on, this should have been a SpongeBob one. But the figure as a whole is awesome, like super awesome, and I think he looks great. Okay, let's open up Squidward now. This Krusty Krab unfair sign is awesome, and I love this episode so much. A long time ago, when like I have to go back and forth between like my mom and my dad's house, we had a taped VHS full of randomly recorded SpongeBob episodes to watch, because we never like knew what to watch like over at like my dad's house. And so this was one of the episodes we watched constantly, and so seeing this is really cool, and I'm really happy about this one. Okay, well, here is Squidward, and he looks really good. He's very top heavy, which makes sense. His head is definitely not hollow. What's really cool and interesting is, yeah, he's got 4 legs, but they're kind of like 2 legs, so there's each leg is 2 legs together. But he does still have total separate articulation on each foot. So you can keep them together like that, and then he's good. Which helps a lot too, because it makes his feet very wide, which helps a lot with keeping him afloat. Ugh, he is still kind of hard to stand. I think the paint on him is really good. Like, and what I mean is like specifically where like the blue meets the purple on his hands and his feet. It's a very solid difference between the blue and the purple. And that's just well done. I don't know what that is or why I like that so much, but I think it looks good. And here's the whole squad all together. And I think they all look fantastic comparatively and together. You know, they all fit so well together. They definitely did a great job of that. And just look, it's good seeing the whole squad. Like, look at them. Is it just me, or has Sandy's helmet lost a little bit of its translucency? It looks a little clouded now. I don't know if it was that clouded before. It's a little concerning. Overall, I think Squidward looks fantastic. One thing to notice though, however, is there's a pretty clear seam on his head. If you look here and underneath back there, pretty clear seam, which doesn't look awful, but like it's noticeable. So thought I'd at least mention that. So Squidward's accessories are pretty great. His 2 heads I think are fantastic. We've got an incredibly angry, grumpy, veiny head, which I'm sure is referencing some very specific times where this happened, which I'm not thinking of specifically, but I do love this one. And then we've got a mid, like, trying to talk to somebody at the Krusty Krab while he's taking somebody's order. Which I love this. I think this looks really, really good. And it's got the hat and everything. So the only person without a Krusty Krab hat is SpongeBob, I guess. So odd to me. And speaking of the Krusty Krab, we've got a Krabby Patty. And this is actually just kind of a really great accessory as is. Like, it's just a cool, like, cheeseburger for anything else in general. It's a pretty cool accessory. I've already said why I love this one so much. So cool. Definitely a great addition. Such an obvious choice is the clarinet. Like, duh, this is such a great thing to have. And I like how it looks, because it looks very sloppy looking. It's not very clean. I feel like that fits really well. Definitely a fan of this clarinet. And a couple of hands for stuff, just a couple of holding ones like this to hold stuff. And then a couple of, I guess these should be used for pointing or holding, I don't know, just a lot of things, I guess. So, okay, I just spent like the last 10 minutes trying to get him to hold this Krabby Patty. Dang it. Anyway, I just spent the last, please don't fall, Squidward. Anyway, I spent the last 10 minutes trying to get him to hold this Krabby Patty right here, as well as getting him to stand now. And I noticed this. Look how cool this is. Ready? It's a magnet. That is so cool. I was not expecting that. And honestly, I feel like a lot of people will go without noticing that. I'm lucky I figured that out. I tried, and the clarinet is not a magnet though, which I think would have been also pretty beneficial because it is kind of hard to get him to hold it correctly. So Squidward is freaking awesome too. I'm really happy with it. He does fall over a little bit. It will stay up just fine if you're careful. He's great. I think Patrick is great. Just not so great accessories. I see the criticism for why these figures are $60. And like, I mean, I would pay $60 for these, obviously I did. I think $50 would have been pretty fine, considering you get a lot of good stuff with it, a lot of great accessories. They're very true to the cartoon, for sure. I appreciate that a lot, and I think people will, because you could tell these come from love, for sure. Either way, I think these are great figs, and I highly recommend them. So yeah, let me have it. What do you guys think? Are these like actually worth the $60? Like, are you gonna get these? Let me know. I'm very curious to know what you guys think, because it's very controversial, and SpongeBob is definitely got plenty of love. So I'm very curious as to what you guys think about what these guys are worth to you. But right before filming this, I threw out there, give me some ideas on what I should do for toy photography for this. And I posted on YouTube and on Instagram because I was obviously gonna do some photos, but I just couldn't think of anything. And so there were some really great suggestions out there, and thank you all for all the comments and stuff like that. Like the first one I got, I gave me the inspiration. So I know what I'm gonna do, and it's gonna be all three of these guys right here. Yeah, let's go and set it up. Okay, so I've got my shot set up here. It's pretty simple. I wanted to get just these three guys in here. Squidward's got his angry face on, and SpongeBob's gonna be blowing bubbles. And my goal is to have bubbles all over the place, especially some little ones stuck to like Squidward's head, and he's frustrated at these two hooligans. You know, the classic stuff. And of course, Gary's in the background. So I got lights all over the place just so I can get nice lighting. Obviously, it's a little overkill, but it looks pretty good in person. My shutter speed's cranked up as much as possible because I know the bubbles are gonna be moving around, so it's at 640. F-stop's at f1.8. I like it nice and low, plus the lower I bring it, the brighter it is, which makes me able to turn down the shutter speed more. And my ISO is always at 400, because the higher you bring it, the more grainy and all that stuff it looks. So I bought this thing of bubbles at Five Below. Looks like a ring pop. So I'm gonna blow some bubbles around and hopefully get some around the whole photo. I'm also gonna put a little bit of water on the ground, just little puddles here and there, just because I think that'll look nice with reflections and it'll kind of fit the whole scene. And then I'm just gonna blow some bubbles and take some photos and see what happens. So I'm actually really happy to have all of these figures in my collection, and in the end, I think Super 7 did a pretty good job. So who are they gonna do next? Mr. Krabs and Plankton? Don the Whale? Sea Bass? There's a lot of potential for more on this line, for sure. Please let me know in the comments, what do you think? Are these worth it? Are you picking them up? I'm legitimately curious to know, so please let me know. And if you did enjoy the video, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. That would be amazing. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.